Okay, this is just a little troubleshooting for you on Chameleon color tone pens. Basically, you know that this comes in two parts. You have your mixing chamber and you have your alcohol-based marker pen. And remember, if you're just using it like this is just your flat color. So this will color like any ordinary alcohol marker pen. But nice brush nib too. If you take the marker and you put it in the mixing chamber, you know what happens. It basically fuses the color. What's in here is that colorless toning medium, and it's fusing. Gravity works with you, so it fuses downward. Well, what happens if the phone rings, the baby cries, the dog barks, and you just forget, and you leave your pen sitting there in a fused position, and you end up coming back 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes later and realize, oh my goodness, I left my pen in the fused position. And don't freak out, it's perfectly okay, we can fix it. But if you happen to see that, that just means that, you know, basically there's been some transference, some contamination between the mixing nib and the regular nib. But that's exactly what these pens are designed to do. So basically, if you hold this in an upright position, it will start to pull the color away from the mixing nib and back into the actual pen nib. And you can start to see this happen as it started to get lighter on the nib. Now, I would probably leave this at home probably for another 5 or 6 minutes, and if you just leave it sitting there, what you'll find is that it starts to just pull the color out. So I tend to leave it again for, you know, maybe 4, 5, 6 minutes. As you can see, the color is starting to get lighter. It's really kind of cool to watch, actually. So the action of it is it's kind of a wicking action, that it's pulling the color out of that mixing nib and it's just transferring it back into the actual coloring nib. And it works with the brush nib, or you can do this with the bullet nib. It's totally up to you. Now, I would leave this at home a little bit longer so that it would go back almost more to the pure color, but I think you can see the difference between when I first put it up there and the colors that it's starting to pull out. So just leave it a little bit longer and it will come back to the color.